Hey everyone, welcome back for our third and final adventure of the evening. An adventure I have entitled The Lich Who Stole Solstice, a Slaying Song Tonight. But let's just jump into the adventure. All right. You all, like all the adventurers before you this evening, found yourselves teleported abruptly to Bartholomew's shop. You see that the shop, which is normally well decorated for the season, with all sorts of pretty decorations, paper cutouts of leaves and snowflakes, and colorful decorations, garlands hung on the walls. It's normally quite nice. Right now, it's got an aura of just kind of like unease to it almost. You see the wizard Bartholomew. He's just kind of pacing, grumbling to himself, and that is what you see as you appear. You also can hear a really just obnoxious like alarm that appears to be just emanating from nowhere. But that's what you all see now. Seconds ago, you were somewhere else doing something entirely different. Probably maybe asleep, as it is very late at night here in the Lands of DnDTime on the eve of Solstice, one of the bigger holidays. So I ask each of you, what were you doing immediately before you were teleported here into Bartholomew's shop for an important mission? We're going to go backwards this time. We're going to start with you, Calbon. Calbon, what were you doing immediately before you were teleported here into the shop this late at night?
Taking a shower and getting ready to go to bed.
So Calbon, you're teleported into the shop, and what? Wait a minute, Calbon, your race, you're a fungal Floran. You're
Yes.
A fungus man.
Yes.
How do you? What is your shower? Do you like slather yourself in mud and you're like, oh yes, nutrients?
Yes.
Or like, okay, so you appear in the shop dripping with mud. You've got like a shower cap on. And what else? How else do you appear?
Just mud in the shower cap.
Slathered in mud wearing a shower cap. Excellent. Excellent. So you're just kind of sitting there. There's like some blip blip of like hot mud splopping onto the ground in the shop. Delta, what were you doing moments ago?
I'm just trying to burn everything alive. I'm using my fire breath, basically.
What were you doing? Were you like burning like rats or something?
Yeah, and maybe some people?
Oh God. So you were like terrorizing a village or something? Is that what I'm getting at, Delta?
Yes.
So as you appear in Bartholomew's shop, there's like a wave of fire that washes out, and Bartholomew seems startled by it. Nothing seems burned in here from the effects of the breath, however. But it definitely startles Bartholomew and a few other people. And Calbon, some of the mud that's on you kind of hardens and dries and cracks it uncomfortably. And Delta, you are surprised to be here because you kind of stable, like look around and get a grasp of your surroundings.
I definitely am. Yep.
Kate, what were you doing moments ago?
Was at Kurgane's.
Oh, were you working out or?
Yeah, so Kate comes in with like 300 pounds on her chest. Just doing bench presses.
So you just like appear like a couple feet above the ground because you were on like a bench press.
Yeah.
300 pounds of weight in your hands, just you fall on the ground. Just you get up and throw the weights off.
Yeah.
I imagine there's like a nasty look toward Bartholomew.
Yep.
Yeah, excellent. And are you like in like gym attire? You're in the Galanodel standard, right? Gym clothes?
No, when Kate works out, they're in a full denim suit. Like a cowboy full denim suit.
Full denim.
Yeah.
Do you have cowboy boots?
Yeah, which are also made of denim.
Excellent. Very flavorful switch. Very flavorful. I'm sorry, Kate. And Adavahr, where were you just moments ago before being teleported abruptly into Bartholomew's shop?
It's right before bed, right?
Yeah, it's late. I mean, it's probably like
Okay.
11 p.m.
Probably cleaning and sharpening weapons before bed. Just like, I'm gonna need this tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So you've got like your whetstone in one hand. You're sitting down on like a chair. You got a sword kind of up on your knee, and you're just giving it a good.
Yep.
Final
Good.
final pass.
Yep.
Excellent.
Little bit of
So you
maintenance.
also just appear in a sitting position, but there's no chair here, and you
Probably fall on my
stumble a
ass.
little bit.
Ah, shit.
Seemingly not as badly off put as Kate, but as you all kind of stand and get a grip of what's going on, Bartholomew, who's just kind of been muttering to himself and pacing, turns. Yes, good, very good. I've been awaiting the three of you. Four of you. Sorry, Calbon, I thought you were a pile of mud. I thought I might have missed for a moment. Would you like me to clean that off?
Yes, please. And I'd like my clothes. That would be nice.
Snaps, and you find yourself wearing a towel. Well, snaps again, and you find yourself clothed. There we go.
Thank you.
Anyhow, I've summoned you all here. It's kind of an emergency situation. How familiar are you all? Kate, I'm sure you're very familiar. Your sister is very fond of this character. Or maybe not fond might be the wrong word. Have you ever heard of Lemmec? He's a lich, a terrible creature.
Yes, I have. One of our SAS masters has actually told us about that.
He's here terrorizing the land. He's trying to ruin Solstice for everyone. And somehow he got a hold of Bartholomew bucks.
Oh no.
And that's very bad. It's incredibly dangerous. We have to make sure he does not keep those Bartholomew bucks. And so, well, I need you to get the Bartholomew bucks back.
Do we get to keep some of them?
Oh, you can keep them, of course. I mean, he should only have a few left. The first groups I sent out were relatively successful this evening.
Do you know where we could find Lemmec?
Yes, unfortunately, he seemed to, in his frustration, have just gone forward to ruin it himself. He's been trying to co-opt our heroes throughout the evening to help him do his dirty work, and it seems enough has been enough. He's headed up in the north, the Big Rock Candy Mountains. He's headed to the estate of something of a Solstice hero, the name of Chris Sprinkle. He's a dwarf. He and his gnome compatriots make toys, and then he heads throughout the Big Rock Candy Mountains to dole them out to good boys and girls out, that have been good throughout the... Well, I don't know what's happened, just that he's gone there, and someone needs to stop him from ruining Solstice. But more importantly, you need to get those Bartholomew bucks.
Send us.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. And he looks at you all. Your first priority, of course, get the bucks.
No more exposition. Send
All
us.
right, very well. If you declare it, Kate, everyone gather around. This is a very urgent matter. And as you all gather around, the alarm clacks on, ringing in your ears annoyingly. Bartholomew taps his staff upon the ground, and suddenly, in a flash of white light, the alarm is gone, and instead it is replaced by the cold, shrill cry of the wind. You find yourselves in almost waist-deep snow for a human. It is frigid, and the snow feels strange, almost creamy in nature. It's uncomfortable, to say the very least. As you look up, it is a cloudless sky, bright stars and a full moon illuminate the area in dim light. You see yourselves some 100 feet away from, well, a building of some kind. A large, almost like wooden barn, just out in the middle of nowhere. As you look around, there seems to be just rolling snow for miles.
So you said the snow is creamy?
Yeah, Adavahr.
I'm gonna.
Uh-huh.
I just want to reach down and try to like smell it and see what the hell it is, because it's not acting like snow.
If you like reach down and you feel it like with your hands, it's very thick, and you almost like pick up a bit of it and heft it, and it's ice cream. It's not snow.
I'm gonna lick it. What flavor?
If you lick it, it appears flavorless and bland in your mouth.
Oh, okay.
I smack the ice cream out of his hand and I say, "Do not turn into zombie candy thing."
Delta's gonna go ahead and also try to start a snowball fight with everyone else because that's what she likes to do.
All right, Delta, can you roll me a strength ability check? Just roll me a strength ability check. Just hit the strength button on your character sheet. And who are you throwing a snowball at?
I'm gonna throw it to Calbon.
Calbon, what's your armor class?
My armor class right now is 16.
All right, you get hit by a snowball. A ball of like creamy, a ball of ice cream slams into the side of your head. It's
Ow.
not comfortable.
This snow is not very good. I don't like. What's the weather gonna be like?
It's gonna be clear, but windy. As you use your druid craft and see into the future.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Enough. Inside we go.
Kate begins to kind of wade through the waist-deep ice cream toward the Okay.
I'm gonna be smart and follow in the same path so I don't have to make my own.
Yeah, I think Kate, you're a pretty beefy like elf or half elf.
Yeah.
Like I imagine many people think elves is lean and limber, and I mean you've got some oomph to you, right?
Yeah, so like she's a half wood elf. So like you would think, oh, half wood elf, so they're slender. No, it's just like a big bronze, like thick-thighed lady in like full denim.
So,
In
like-
full denim, protecting you from the snow. Genius.
And underneath the full denim, she has chain, or is it chain? What's the medium base armor upgraded? Medium armor upgraded.
I don't think it's chain. I think it's
not a chain shirt. It's half plate, right?
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I have scale mail on here. I remember spending hundreds of thousands of Bartholomew bucks upgrading all your armor.
So as you're like wading through the snow, Adavahr, you kind of smartly take a spot right like behind Kate. Delta and Calbon, do you want to follow along? It's fucking freezing here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Kate begins to wade through the snow toward this hut. And as you're kind of getting closer, you can see, not this hut, rather, this kind of barn, it looks like. It's a very large barn. It's got to be like 150 feet wide, long, and you can't really see how wide and everything it is. There are a couple other small outlying buildings you can see as well as you start to get closer. This seems to be a little encampment almost, or settlement. But as you're getting closer, you're seeing there are other structures, right? There is a little candy cane fence up around the outside, which, Kate, you feel like you can just walk through and probably be fine. It might maybe purely decorative. There's a very large tree, and it looks like the tree itself appears to be made of maybe like gingerbread or something. You can see like weird perforations on it. and it doesn't have like the texture of bark and the cotton candy up up in the top instead of leaves. But these things are few and far apart. They just kind of seem to be part of this greater kind of compound that you're getting to. But Kate, you just want to like head right up into it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you push yourself right up to the front, and immediately as you're like approaching, you kind of push around the side of the building. You can see that it's got like almost like a hangar style doorway, right? That is currently closed, or barn door style rather. But all of the snow is cleared out in front of it and between all of the small structures here. And you can see a couple more barn-like structures. There's obviously light seeping through underneath, indicating that there is people inside. And you hear music kind of coming out from inside the barn in front of you. There's also a proper log cabin a small ways away with what looks like a candy cane chimney. Kate, what would you like to do as you approach the barn door and you would just hear this music kind of coming out in some light?
1 second. I have to set this up, apparently.
Someone's kicking down the door.
Kick? I would never be so uncivilized.
You take out your portable ram and smash it into the door. And the door blasts open. Looking in beyond, you see a very large chamber. There are rows and rows of tables. They're almost like picnic tables. They got long kind of benches on either side, and they're just lined up to make one very large kind of path. You see that there's all sorts of like tinsel and wrapping paper and bows, and you see probably about like 70 gnomes dressed in kind of just green, like almost like skirts, basically. And they have like blue trousers on underneath. And they all just look at you. Some of them have like red hats, others have like different colored hats. And they look at you as you smash open the door. There's a very large fireplace on the side.
You could knock. Oh.
I did knock.
All of the gnomes look at you confused. You see what look like heaps of like partially built toys and things.
I like drop my big portable ram on the nearest table, maybe crushing a toy that someone's working on.
Yeah, there's like a little like wooden car, right? It's got little peg wheels you hammer in, and you're just gonna obliterate it.
I take the chair out from under this gnome, or is this like a bench?
It's a bench, like
I take the whole bench then.
You just rip the picnic table, all the stuff falls off them. Oh, they kind of scatter a little bit.
I sit down on the bench. I say, "Where's Lemmec?"
You all must be very weary.
Where's Lemmec?
Kind of blinks at you. We'll go get you some cookies! And they run off.
Thank you.
Some of the other gnomes continue working.
They better not be bad cookies, you hear?
And holiday eggnog with booze in it.
Is there any other kind? The gnomes say, returning. They have a big flask, or not flask, a big, like decanter, basically, of eggnog, which they put on the table. Some, crappy cups, wooden cups, and they bring out a bunch of sugar cookies. That's all.
I take 2 of them and crush them into my mug and just drink the mixture.
Oh God!
Spilling down the sides of my cheeks onto my denim suit. And I say, "Where's Lemmec?"
Oh! The man with the red cape?
Yes.
Well, he went over to the cabin. I think he wanted to talk to Chris.
I take another mug and take it with me as I leave.
Oh, we're
taking my portable ram with me.
Oh. They kind of like, seem disappointed as you walk away, and they look toward you, Adavahr.
I'm gonna pat him on the head and then turn and follow.
Oh. They turn to you, Delta and Calbon.
I'm gonna try to help them finish as much as I can with their project, and then go head off with them.
Okay, you go to sit down and help with. Oh, are you proficient with Tinker's tools?
I don't think so, but I could try.
We got it. It's all good. No, really, it's okay. You don't have to help. We've got it. It's our job.
Goodbye.
These are next year's toys anyway. Okay. Delta getting kind of like rudely told to leave by the gnomes because you're not good at making toys. Follow after the rest of the party, and Calvin, you're kind of somewhere in the middle. You stayed long enough to watch that happen, but you're like close enough that you're still following behind the other two.
Right, and as I'm leaving, I say to the gnomes, never let them see you sweat, and never pay with credit. Goodbye.
Okay. You say these things, the gnomes don't quite get it, and the sound of the gnomes happily working fades into the background, but it never quite goes away here in this compound as you head over to the to the door to the big cabin. You can see it's big. It seems to be made of gingerbread. There is a big candy cane, circular candy cane chimney that's billowing out some dark smoke into the otherwise clear sky. What do you all want to do as you approach it?
I rolled an 11.
Oh, you're just attacking the door again. Bad news. This is a like I had mentioned before, it is a gingerbread door. You punch a ram-sized hole in the door.
I reach through the hole and turn the knob.
As you do, you like feel a hand is already on the knob. And like you're looking through the hole and there's a confused and kind of disgruntled looking dwarf. He's got like rosy cheeks, a big white beard, otherwise bald.
You know, knocking is a thing.
Yes, it is.
And he kind of looks at your hand on his hand.
I let go. I turn back to Adavahr and I hold up my portable ram and say, "Knocking stick."
And then as he's doing this, and as the hand is still through the hole, I'm just gonna fix that hole real quick.
Oh, beautiful! So you fix the hole. Delightful. Wait, does that mean Kate's hand gets caught in the door?
Yes.
Kate, your hand just caught in the door.
I pull it out.
The door splinters again. The hole's back. And
It takes a minute to mend, though. But I like this narrative.
I like this narrative as well. So the door opens, and you see this dwarf. He's wearing a kind of green and red kind of plaid shirt and denim overalls, actually. Besides that, he's wearing some leather boots, and yeah, you see he's got his big white floofy beard, bald head, and rosy cheeks, and he looks at you. Well, didn't expect to see you too, visitors tonight.
Lemmec, where?
I see. Come in. We have a lot to talk about. He kind of seems a little bothered, actually, and he gestures for you to come into his little cottage. You can see he's got a rocking chair by the fire. He's got like a nice blanket, a knit blanket that he had clearly been using to keep warm. And besides that, you see traces of of melted snow, like of water on the ground, implying that maybe he'd been pacing a little bit. And you can tell that it's like there because it stains, because it's not snow, it's ice cream, and it's nasty when you let it melt.
I go over and sit on the rocking chair.
Uh-huh.
and
rest
set
of
down
you?
my portable ram.
He does not have any extra chairs. All right. Sorry, it's a little cramped in here, but you know, it's how it has to be sometimes. Living up here. You are here for the red one, the red robes and the skeleton.
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
you're about 15 minutes late.
Late.
Yeah.
Where did he go?
Well, he busted into the place. He took my sled. And he took all of the toys for children this year. And he left.
Is this the
Did he
Grinch
say
Christmas
why?
Part 2?
He said something about, and I didn't understand it, ruining Solstice spirit, and Bartholomew's adventurers not, I don't know, doing the job or something. I don't understand. It's just a mean-hearted thing to do. I mean, those toys were just meant for happy little girls and boys down in the village.
Do you know where he went?
Well, it could be anywhere. The sled flies. Not well, but it flies.
Can anyone here fly? Can we go find him?
You wanted to go after him? That's for Nicolas. He's clearly some powerful magician or something.
And I can turn into a raptor. What is your point?
You're serious about this, huh?
Well, we were sent.
All right. Well, I think there's something I can do to help. Come with me. And he would, it's like, he like looks around, like normally where he'd get up and like stretch a little bit and then head toward the door. But since he's just standing there, he just walks toward the door. And he kind of puts a knit hat over his otherwise bald head and gestures for you to follow. He goes outside. Do you all follow him?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Kate gets up, stretches, and then turns to leave.
Okay, yeah, exactly like he would. Yeah. And you follow him outside, and he leads you across the little compound to one of the other buildings. And this one doesn't quite have the holiday cheer as much coming from it. There's still some light coming out from under it, but that's about it. And you hear some, I don't know, weird sounds coming from beyond the door. It's not like singing and cheer and all that. There's some weird like clacking that none of you understand what the hell it could be. And he looks at you. Well, I'll want to give you a warning. The elk aren't the friendliest sort to strangers.
Elk.
Yes, they're animated flying elk, or not animated, awakened flying elk.
Huh.
Yes, before I could get the sleigh to fly on its own, I needed another way to get it to fly, and well, flying elk, they're known to be around here, and I figured if I could give them some sentience, maybe I could get them in the spirit of things. And they help, but somewhat begrudgingly. I think it's just kind of because, I gave them this sentience that they care, and I don't think they have anywhere better to go. You should meet them. And he kind of gestures toward the door.
I'm gonna go and open it before they take out the battering ram.
You rush forward ahead of Kate as Kate, you're like pulling back the battering ram, and twink, the door opens. Beyond, you see a dimly lit room. You see small, flickering halogen bulbs hung high in the air that provide a kind of almost yellow, uncomfortable light. There are stalls like you would find in a barn where horses would stay. However, all of the doors currently are open, and you don't really see normal stalls. Instead, there are what look like nice blankets and a bed and some shelves with some stuff on them. They look like little personalized bedrooms, but kind of messy. And at the end of this line of stalls is a fairly large opening, in the center of which is a large circular table with little benches around the side. And you see 9 elk sitting at the benches with cards in their hands, seemingly playing poker. One of the elks turns and looks in your direction as the door opens.
Hi.
They snort. Go back to their game.
I walk up to the table and I ask how much buy-in is.
You just walk right up to the elk.
Yeah.
As you approach, you get some eyes like the elk all look at you. 12 kernels. And you look in the middle of the table and it looks like there are corn kernels being traded.
Oh, you like kernels? Okay.
Kind of gives you a glare. What do you want? One of the elk asks you.
Well,
you see Chris Sprinkle, the friendly dwarf, has not entered the room and instead just kind of watching you in there. Delta, where are you? Because I think Calbon, you moved in. Kate, you moved in. Adavahr and Delta, where are you? I'm trying to get an idea of what's going on.
I believe I'm with Calbon moving in.
Okay. And Adavahr, are you also just moving in with the party? I'm gonna take that.
I believe he is restarting Discord.
We're having those Discord problems. Classic DnDTime. Okay, I will pay attention for when your turns, and I'll bump back in. So yeah, you walk up, and they say 12 kernels.
well, I can use some help. We need to go find this guy named Lemmec. I don't know if you knew him. He came in here a while ago with a red cape and stuff. I'll give you all the kernels that you want. All of them. In any other vegetable, fruit product that you need, if you can help him.
Kernels now.
Okay.
Help later.
And then I do
The other
Druid.
elk kind of nod, yeah.
So then I cast Druidcraft and make kernels.
Interesting. So what does Druidcraft say exactly?
Well, it specifically, I have flower power, which allows me to make spices and other vegetables and things because I am a Floran, which allows me to. Yes.
So you just kind of held out your arm and corn kernels kind of sprout out of your hand.
Yeah.
And you see a couple of them and you're like, oh. But a couple of them are like, oh, all right. Roll me a persuasion check. And I'm just going to give you a flat roll here. Because normally you'd have disadvantage, but I'm giving you it counters it out. Just kind of look among each other. All right. And one of them just kind of puts out a hoofed leg and pulls the corn kernels toward the middle. We're listening.
If you can help us catch this guy, I'll give you all the kernels that you can want. Forever.
Yeah, what's the risk?
I don't know. You saved the day?
Kind of look among each other. Right.
You want to save Solstice? Become a hero? And eat a lot of kernels?
Yeah. They only remember us one day out of the year anyway.
What do you mean?
How dare you? They remember you exactly 1 month out of the year. Starting November 25th, as soon as Bartholomew shop starts playing those terrible jingles.
Terrible jingles?
Yes,
mean?
the ones that go jingle bells and all that stuff.
I'm not familiar.
Of course you're not. When's the last time you've been out?
Not been a long time. We spent a lot of time up here. In the frigid ass end of nowhere.
Yeah, so let's get out of here.
Delta, are you just watching this back and forth as Kate like stares down this reindeer? Or are you also doing something?
I was gonna say Delta was gonna say yeah, you better get your freaking butt out and help us. And you're spending lots of time in here and not doing anything.
Meanwhile,
Please help us.
Kate's totally making JoJo poses.
So Kate,
know
you're
that.
just like, you're trying to flex on them. But
Yeah.
it sounds like Delta, you're trying to make them be like, yeah, you suck if you don't help us. It's
Yeah.
kind of opposite.
And
Like,
and
you're trying to get them to
V-Bunny's
match you. V-Bunny, you're
V-
trying to bribe them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm kind of trying to bribe them. Not only bribe them, but also hearing what they just said about, oh, they only remember us 1 month a year. I say, did I tell you I have a TV show?
Oh, what were you saying?
So we're playing good cop, bad cop, and disparaging cop.
I'm-
just three different directions. Yeah, Adavahr?
I'm just watching from behind the glass in horror. I don't know where this is going.
And you see Chris Sprinkle's also back there like, oh, this is bad. Usually they attack by now. And the elk look at each other. And one of them looks at you, Calbon. Yeah. Yeah, I'll help.
Thank you. And
The
I give him
name's
kernels.
Prancer.
Ah, the name is Calbon. And I
don't care.
promise you, well, I promise you something else. If you want to be remembered for the rest of the year, I'll come here and I'll shoot a special show and it'll feature you guys, and you guys get to do whatever you want.
Just
And,
give me
and
my
everybody
coin
in the
once
world
this
will
is
see it.
over.
No problem.
You see the reindeer stand up on its back two legs and start walking toward the door, other like hoofs on its hips. So, Calbon, you have secured an elk to help you. Delta, I want you to roll me an ability check of some kind. What do you think? Is this intimidation? Is this persuasion?
I'm gonna say, oh boy.
I could see it either way. You
Both
can roll
bad.
whichever you would like, because I think both are appropriate here.
Okay. I'm
And,
gonna go with persuasion.
Okay. Yeah, and the elk you were talking to goes, yeah, all right. They call me Comet. I'm the fastest. Let's go.
Yay! I get a fast reindeer. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I'm an elk, not a reindeer.
Oh,
Because the
sorry.
narrator fucks that up doesn't mean this. True. And switch. Kate is trying to. I think this is truly an intimidation.
Flexing.
Oh, and a flex. Oh, I think that works. Yeah, you're like
Super flexing.
You're like flexing at this reindeer, and one of the reindeer. Yeah. All right. They call me Blitzen. Kind of nods. I'll help you. But first, and it holds out one hoof. You're gonna arm wrestle me.
Right. Kate gets down to the table,
Uh-huh.
takes one of the reindeers that left's chair, and puts down both arms. One is like across the table to like hold their other hoof.
Yep.
Like proper standard arm wrestling
Of course.
procedure.
Yeah. And the elk looks at you and says, "My magical
gonna-
flight. I don't have to be on top. If I win, I ride you."
Kate is going to enter a rage.
Okay, just, all right.
Yeah.
Roll me, and you're taking a challenge.
Yeah,
Roll me an athletics check.
with advantage because I'm
Because
raging.
you're raging.
24.
Oh my god. Yeah. You.
I slammed that
You
hoof on the
slam-
table.
You slam Blitzen. All right. Let's go. Blitzen makes his way out, and Adavahr, you're still standing like by the door with Chris Sprinkle, who looks at you. Oh. Good
I'm
luck.
guessing it doesn't normally go this way, huh?
Nope. Now you're alone.
I want to try.
Pushes you
I wanna-
toward into the room.
I want to try to look around to see if I see any elk that are easier to get along with.
You're looking for like the crappiest talent. Yeah, you see that they're actually. Roll me a perception check.
That's a 20.
Yeah, you're looking around, and there are all the elk, right, sitting at the main table. But there's one elk over, like, sitting in the corner, not with the other elk.
Does he have a red nose?
Yeah, it looks like he got fucking punched in the face. He's got a bloody nose. Or hoofed in the face.
I'm
He
gonna
looks
go.
pretty meek
I'm gonna
compared to
go
the
and
other
bother that one.
one. He looks up. Wait. What's the voice I'm gonna use? Okay. Hello? Why do you come here, strange man?
Hey, buddy, I need your help. You want these guys to like you?
Yes?
I think they'll like you better if you come and help us.
Okay.
You
I am
can
Rudolph.
guide us. Let's go.
Okay. I'm not as good as flying as the others. Just so
It's-
you know.
It's all right. The point is to get better, and you get better with practice.
Okay. The elk kind of follows you out. This elk is like maybe like 3/4 of the size of all the other elk. Blitzen's a little bigger than the other ones because Blitzen has muscles, like huge rippling biceps. But yeah, you all kind of make your way outside.
Those muscles are just for
Start making-
show. Apparently,
I'm gonna
flexes on.
I'm gonna start
Blitzen.
making. I'm gonna start making a song in my head.
Okay. Let's start thinking like, how can I make this reindeer suck less?
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
You see, as you start like kind of muttering it to, do you start like muttering it to yourself almost?
Yeah.
You see, kind of wipes his bloody nose and kind of you see him crying a little bit. He's pretty upset. So yeah, as you're all now standing back out in the cold, you have acquired your reindeer. That's what's so funny.
They're
about it.
elk.
We're serious.
Stop being so
They're
shitty to your.
Yeah, they're awful.
Stop being so shitty to your reindeer, Adavahr. God.
They're elk.
Sorry, and, sorry, you're right. A wicked flying elk. We gotta be right. We gotta
Yeah.
get this right. So let's see. Just so we understand, we have Donner. You got Donner, Calbon,
Mhm.
right?
I thought it was Prancer, but
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Prancer,
right, Donner never
Comet,
went out.
Blitzen, Rudolph.
Blitzen went to Kate.
Comment.
Yep. Comet went to Delta, and Rudolph went to Adavahr.
Jeremy, I need you to take this seriously. God.
This is extremely serious. Switch, are you shitting me right now? I'm taking this so seriously this whole night.
You also keep repeating reindeer.
Well, you know, maybe Rudolph might be a reindeer. Now that you're looking at him. Anyway, so as you all kind of gather back outside, Chris Sprinkle looks at you. Well done. I've never seen a group of adventurers or anyone really bond with the awakened flying elk so quickly. Kind of looks at all of you, just like nodding, and then like looks at you, Adavahr. He doesn't nod. Anyway,
I shrug.
I've been using my my orb of well, it's an orb of good and evil. I can use it to if I know a creature's name, not more. If I know a creature's name, I can use it to detect whether the creature is good or bad or how they've been. So I know what toys they need, if they deserve toys at all. And I tried that name that you gave me, Lemmec, and man, that was super evil. I've got a lot of them, I think. Got a direction, at least. It was coming from.
Is he holding the orb out?
No, he's not.
Oh, I was gonna take it. All right. That way, you say?
As he kind of points over the forest to the north. It's directly opposite of the town. I think he's going to the Badlands in the north, past the Big Rock Candy Mountains.
I look down at Blitzen. You know what to do.
Blitzen snorts. Yeah, I know. And Adavahr, Rudolph goes, "Oh, I don't want to go to the Badlands. It's scary." But yeah, what would you all like to do? You all gather up on top of your awakened flying elk and begin to take to the air.
On Panther.
What are we doing, Jeremy? What are we doing?
As you begin to take to the air, you find the wind blowing your hair and your whatever spare clothing that you have. Whatever loose clothing flapping wildly. You find the elk, the awakened flying elk, are incredibly adept flyers, except for Rudolph, who's kind of clumsy. They fly with impeccable speed, flying at a movement of 50, even with you atop, and they begin to fly in the air. Do you want to just head straight in the direction he pointed out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You begin flying north, and in a few minutes, you begin to approach, or you begin to crest over the trees of this forest. Again, it's all kind of matte white, but you see little bits of pink from the cotton candy leaves of the trees poking through where some of the ice cream snow has fallen to the canopy. And in not too short a time, not too long a time, in a relatively short time, you see in the distance a small red glow kind of sailing across the sky ahead of you. It is not moving very quickly. It's kind of clumsy with how it flies, and you see it kind of like there's like a cloud of black smoke that poofs out of the back. It drops a solid like 10 feet and then begins to slowly climb back up. It's kind of like an old car popping and making all the terrible sounds. Maybe 1,000 feet away from you right now, and from what you tell, at least, you haven't been seen. What would you all like to do?
I Thor call Tom the Hawk to my hand.
Oh, excellent. You hold out your hand and your animated axe flies to your hand, no issue.
Yeah, it has a thrown range of 120 feet and ignores cover.
Yep.
I'd like to hit the engine.
He's 1,000 feet away from you currently.
As soon as I get into range.
Okay, so you're just gonna fly directly at him. This was like me asking, would you guys like to plan or have any preparations prior to engaging this allegedly incredibly powerful lich atop a magical flying sled?
Delta's gonna move into position and say, hey, you there? What are you doing?
Okay, you start to yell. He's so far away, he's not going to hear you until you get closer, you don't think?
Plan? No, that's not a Galanodel thing.
Okay, so you all just...
I have a plan.
Yeah, Calbon, do you try and reel in the rest of the party who seems to just be good with barrel-assing forward?
Yes. Maybe we should sneak up a little bit, and then I will put dancing lights right in his face, and then he'll be blinded or something because the lights will be in his face, and then we can attack then.
Hey, Calbon, could we put 2 dancing lights there? Cause
Yes.
wink, wink. I got a plan. We can just put as many lights as we want, and then he'll be down in a second.
The idea is to blind him with the lights in his face.
Okay, but you are just going right at him, is what I'm hearing here. There's no, like, trying to sneak in through the forest. There's no trying to lay low and come up from under. You're just going directly toward him as quick as possible, so that as soon as you're in attack range, you can just start throwing shit at him.
No, I want to go underneath him.
Okay, so Calvin, you're gonna try and approach under him.
Yes.
Okay.
See, Lemmec expects us to be sneaky.
Gotcha, Switch. Foolproof strategy. Adavahr, are you just with Kate just going barrel assing in on your animated flying elk? I'm sorry, awakened flying elk. Son of a gun. All right. You fly directly towards the figure. As you get closer, you begin. Oh, Adavahr got knocked out. My apologies, Adavahr. Zabat, welcome back. That's why we couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Adavahr, do you have any strategy, or are you just also going to barrel ass forward with Kate?
Well, I assume my reindeer isn't really the proper barrel ass, but we're probably going to be coming up right behind.
All right, you're going to just follow behind on Rudolph. Okay, so you are all just moving forward. Calbon, you're taking a slightly lower approach, as Prancer is an expert at prancing along the treetops. Actually makes up a little bit of extra speed. And so as you begin to move your way forward, of course, Rudolph and Adavahr falling slightly behind, you begin to hear the sounds of, well, the figure in the sleigh. You can see it's a bright red sleigh. It's got like flame decals on the side. And you see this figure wearing a long red robe with kind of spiked, almost pauldron shoulders. And you see the skeletal head of this figure from behind as you're approaching. And they appear to be singing to themselves, "Sleigh bells ring, nobody's listening. Sucks to be anyone not me. La 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 la, I hate this music." And he's just kind of singing to himself. And yeah, you guys get into, well, an attack formation. Down at the bottom, I'd actually like all of you to roll for initiative, and you guys are gonna have a surprise round upon Lemmec currently as you approach, as he does not expect to be followed.
Yeah.
We're gonna roll for Lemmec.
See, I told you all. It's perfect.
Oh,
He does
no.
not expect a direct attack.
It's very true, actually. He does not. Okay. All right. Rudolph and Adavahr are actually not too far behind. All right. Surprisingly, doing pretty good.
I'm just, as we go, I'm talking them up. I'm like, you can do it. You can fly faster than they can. You just have to try.
I don't think I can do that. I'm not very strong. I'm malnourished.
You got this.
I don't
Look,
get very
you got
much of the corn.
You're keeping up with them. Watch.
You're like 100 feet behind. And our first in the initiative, Calbon. You find yourself prancing along the snow, the ice cream covered canopy of the tree. You approach. You are about 60 feet behind and below Lemmec the Lich. What would you like to do on your turn?
Well, first thing that I'm gonna... You said I'm 60 feet.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put a light right in his face.
Okay, you're gonna try and blind him by casting, what is it, a dancing light?
Yeah, right in his face.
Okay.
And then use my movement to get closer and underneath him. when he's unexpecting it. So,
Okay, so
we're
you
gonna
just
get.
keep zipping ahead, and it's kind of like Prancer doesn't fly straight forward. Prancer almost like run flies, leaping from like treetop to treetop. And yeah, you make incredible speed. You are now only 10 feet behind Lemmec, but you're still 60 feet below him at the treetop level.
Could I have flown like in a
You want to fly up a little bit?
yeah,
sure.
like in a diagonal, so then I'm like 10 feet, but I want to be close to underneath him.
Yeah, sure. You fly right up. Just zoom. Okay. Says you, Calbon. Lemmec goes, yeah! As he's suddenly blinded by these lights. I'm going to roll. What is your spell save DC, Calbon? Do you know?
13 at the moment.
Okay. Lemmec is not blinded by the light, unfortunately. I think it goes, ah! But he is somewhat disoriented by it. All right. Rudolph! You
Okay.
you're 100 feet, 150 feet currently behind Lemmec.
Cool, because
what would
this
you
is
like
gonna
to
work.
do, Rudolph? What would you like to do?
As he's flying closer, because that's got to be most of my turn, I'd like to have a conversation with Rudolph. Like, is there any way to take this thing down? Do you have any ideas?
I don't know. We could try to ram it.
That
Maybe?
doesn't sound like the best idea. Is there another way to get it to slow down or drop?
I do not know.
Well, think on it as we fly up.
Okay.
All right, we'll go with it.
Rudolph, gonna think hard. You're gonna have Rudolph double move.
Yeah.
All right, that gets you 80 feet. So you were 150. Now you are
70. I got
70.
you.
Yep, there we go. Big brain. Rudolph's slower than the reindeer. He only moves 40 feet normally. Blitzen and Kate.
Awakened elk.
Yes, I'm sorry. He is slower than the other awakened flying elk. As you fly forward atop Blitzen, I imagine Blitzen kind of like, in like a comic strip, right? They're like the lines that go after a figure to denote like they just moved.
Yeah.
That's like Blitzen just has that behind him, like contrails in the air. As Blitzen flies directly forward at a speed of 60 feet. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not 60. That's not Blitzen. That's Comet. Yeah, Blitzen just barrel asses forward.
Yeah, man. How far away am I?
You're 100 feet.
100 feet? I'm gonna try to hit the engine of this flying contraption.
Yeah, looking at it from here, it appears to have two like boosters on the back that fire is shooting out of. That's what you can see as like an obvious source of propulsion right now.
Yeah, sick. Tomahawk.
All right, you take Tomahawk and whip it, and
And you said we have a surprise round, right?
this is the surprise idea. Lemmec didn't do anything on his turn.
25?
Yeah, you don't have advantage on the surprise round, actually. That's specifically a rogue thing.
Oh.
The 16 will hit, though, so don't worry about it. You hit it for 6 slashing damage. And which engine would you like to go for, the left or the right?
To the left, to the left.
Okay. All right, you hit it for 6 points of slashing. As your
And this is a light weapon, correct?
Tomahawk, I believe. Yeah, he's a hand axe, right?
Yeah.
And of course, he transforms into a hawk as he flies, as Tomahawk does, and it flies back to your hand.
I'm gonna switch hands and throw him with my offhand.
You need a distinct weapon for that switch, and you know it. I appreciate the attempt, though.
Alright.
All right. In that case, we move to the next. I assume you just blast forward as much as you can with Blitzen?
Yeah.
Excellent. Comet and Delta. Delta, you're only about 50 feet from Lemmec if you want. And Comet can go up to 60 feet per round. He's super fast. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and make him go to sleep. See if that works.
Yeah, you've got an idea. Just seeing him, it looks like you'd guess that sleep would not have any effect on Lemmec. I mean, he's a lich.
And you can put me to sleep because I'm within 10 feet of him.
Yeah, you might be able to put Calbon to sleep, but not this guy. Sleep's not the move for him, unfortunately. I was gonna say, I think you like, even though you Delta not so sure, you Hypnotic not so sure. Delta knows that like that was not gonna work on this undead guy.
Got it. Okay. I'll go because my recommendation was to put dancing lights earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and blind him with another light.
Excellent. So you just throw more lights on top of Lemmec. Okay.
The lights can actually combine. So
Yeah, they can form a bigger one. All right. I'll give him disadvantage on his thing. Hypnotic. What is your? Do you have a spellcasting ability modifier? Actually, I'm just thinking. You probably don't, do you?
I have intelligence as my spellcasting ability.
Oh, right, because you're a wizard. What am I thinking? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So he has to get the DC 12 or
Yeah.
be blinded. He's very wise, unfortunately, though, and is not blinded by the lights. But he is very distracted. And everyone knows distracted driving is bad. All right, Delta, would you like to keep flying forward or stay at a bit of a distance?
I'm gonna see if I can fly to the top of the sleigh.
So yeah, you're about 10 feet above him. Is that where you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're above him, Calbon, you're below him. And all right, we move on now to the top of the actual initiative. Prancer and Calbon. What would you like to do?
fantastic. I'm gonna go. We have this engine thing, right? That we know that this is what's
You can
kind of
see,
working.
I'll say you and Hypnotic, you and Delta, now that you're there, Calvin and Delta, you can see the sled a lot better. It's got a steering wheel, which he seems to be using to steer, and he's now like, whoa, like realizing he's got people on him. There's a huge, like, burlap sack of toys on the back of the sled, and there are 2 jet boosters sticking out the back.
Okay. And the goal is to get the sack and stuff.
You had 2
Right.
goals. One was to get the Bartholomew bucks back from Lemmec, and one was to save Solstice.
Okay. No problem.
Now, I mean, if you come back with different Bartholomew bucks, maybe Bartholomew won't know any better. But
Okay. Well, I have an idea. I have 2 ideas, and I don't know which one to do, but I'm gonna try the.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ruin.
Okay, you're gonna try and ruin something. How does this work? Is this an action?
It says over the course of a minute, so I'm gonna maintain where I am and try to ruin the sleigh in whatever way I can.
Interesting. So you're gonna go for the long con here. Switch. This reminds me very much of a dance you once performed on one of your other characters.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, Calbon, you're like, I imagine what happens here is you're like fungal arms almost like grow upward, right? And like attach to the bottom of the sled.
Mm-hmm.
And Prancer looks up at you like, whoa, what am I supposed to do?
Stay here. Just stay underneath him. That's all you need to do.
All right. And he like drops down a little bit, and now you're just kind of like hanging from it. He's like, I'll catch you if you fall. And he ducks
Thank
down.
you.
And you're just dangling below the sled as your hands slowly rotted away at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. And how big can this be? 5 feet. Holy shit, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Okay. Lemmec is gonna be like, what the hell? And look at you all. Oh shit, it's these guys. All right.
I don't think he knows where I am right now.
He sees Delta above him and looks back and sees Kate just coming right at him. He goes, alrighty, we're gonna just deal with this. And he's going to reach into his bag, reach into the big sack, and he's gonna throw something at you, Delta. And it flies up in the air and lands on the back of your reindeer with you. It appears to be
Elk.
Oh, sorry, of your awakened flying elk. You're correct. It appears to be some armor, and this armor lands up on the top with you, and then goes to punch you twice. And some armor for Susie punches you for 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Alrighty, that's a very good roll. And then goes to punch a second time. This time at your reindeer.
Very good CR1 creature as well.
Oh yeah, some armor for Susie. So Blitzen takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm not Blitzen, I'm sorry. Comet takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and Comet goes, "Oh jeez!" As this animated armor starts bludgeoning you. All right, that's Lemmec's move. Rudolph and Adavahr. Oh, I'm sorry. Lemmec moves 20 feet forward on his turn, because that's how fast the sled goes.
We're gonna slow it down even more.
Okay. I'd like to letting a start.
You'd like to what?
I'd like to catch.
You're cutting out pretty bad, Adavahr. I can't really hear you very well. Let me turn up your volume a little bit. Go ahead again. Oh no, I think we lost him. Shit. This is how Discord is sometimes, folks. Apologies for that. I wonder if I can actually fix that really quickly. All right, Adavahr. Can you say something? Oh, I think we've lost him totally. I guess we will hop back to Adavahr when they're able to reconnect. And we'll try to pay attention for them. Can you guys all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I think we just lost Adavahr for a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Cold Spark is saying the chat can hear you?
Can you hear me now?
Ah, there we go. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like
Discord
to.
does these things.
I don't know why. It doesn't normally do it to me.
Hey,
All right,
it's D&D time. This is how it goes.
I would like to try to catch up on Rudolph to the armor, and I'd like to buy Rudolph a little bit of credit by attacking the armor and trying to push it off. Not trying to attack it, trying to push it off onto the ground, like falling.
Gotcha. Oh, I like this. So you fly up with, and actually Rudolph can get up to there, and you fly up right next to your buddy Delta on Comet, and Comet looks pretty bloodied actually. That seemed like a pretty serious hit for that awakened flying elk in particular. Go ahead and make I guess a shove action, athletics check, I think it is, against the armor.
Right. We can save him, Rudolph.
I don't know.
Oh no, I don't either.
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
Oh, but you do know. Adavahr, you rush over, and how do you throw this armor off and protect Delta here?
If you'll allow it, I would like to use the halberd, so it's like 10 feet away, and then I'd like to just fling it off with the edge of the halberd.
Yeah. You take the halberd in, and because it's got kind of like the curved axe head, you hook it in like the chest plate of the armor, and you tear it, and the armor just kind of scatters, flips a few times, and disappears beneath the treetops.
Way to go, Rudolph! That's the end of my turn.
Yeah, I did it! Rudolph,
you did it!
Kate, what would you like to do? Kate? Galanodel?
Yeah. Fuck. We're gonna throw Tom the Hawk again, try to demolish that engine, that booster, the left one.
Yeah, you spin the axe around and throw it, and Tom the Hawk flies off and hits it.
Alright. And how much, I do 10 damage, how much distance do I have left to cover here? Because you said it was...
Blitzen can do 50 feet.
You said it was 100, he moved 20, I moved 50, and then another 50 this turn?
Yeah, so you're 20 feet from him now.
20 feet from him now. Alright, then I'll take out a dagger and throw that as well.
Just whip the dagger,
Actually,
going for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a hand axe. I'm just gonna use Tom the Hawk without the magic bonus.
Sure.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that one misses.
All right.
All right. We move to the. I'm sorry. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kate?
20 feet away. Now that my left hand is free, I'm gonna make a dice rolling motion and throw those dice at Lemmec.
Cool. A Galanodel. He grimaces. Comet and Delta. What would you like to do, Delta? You took a pretty serious beating from that armor, but your friend Adavahr just threw it to the ground, getting it off your back. Would you like to do
yeah. I'm gonna fly up so that I can use this guy.
Ooh! Oh, awesome! So you take to the air and then kind of rain down fire. Do you, because you're a Dragonborn, do you breathe out this fire? Is that how your magic kind of works?
Yes.
Oh, heck yes! And a wave of fire blasts down over the sled, and also Lemmec. Let me roll that dexterity save. Oh, he shouldn't have disadvantage for anything. No, he still has all those. Well, no, he moved out of the lights on his turn. Yeah, so I think it's just should be a normal roll, but he will still take half the fire damage, and the sled also takes some damage. It seems like it's resistant to fire, and the engines are immune to fire because that's what they shoot out. But you still severely damage at least the sled itself. The body of it kind of singes, and the flame decals on the side all kind of like peel up and are ruined. And Lemmec just and his robes are kind of on fire. He's not happy about them. Alrighty. Anything else you'd like to do, Delta? Do you want to like fly up? Comments like, we should back out a little bit.
Where am I?
Currently you're 20 feet behind Lemmec and 10 feet in the air, but you can basically be wherever you want on Comet because they're so fast. Spatially, at least.
Well, I don't want to be behind. I kind of want to be like in line with Calbon.
Okay. Oh, cool. So you kind of duck under, trying to use the sled as almost cover against Lemmec.
Well, I mean above, wherever Calbon is.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
That's where Calbon's on.
You need to go below.
Yeah.
And you can weave around with Comet. So you blast him with fire from the top and then fly down under the sled to use it for cover. I gotcha.
Yep.
Excellent. We move to Prancer and Calbon. Calbon, you're currently kind of disintegrating the cart a little bit. It's been
I
one
have a
round.
question.
Yeah.
Can I maintain nature's touch while wild shaped?
That is a very interesting question. Let me read this real quick. All that it requires is that you're in contact with things. So,
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't say you use your action. So yeah, I would say yes. I think you can.
Okay. So before I do that, I'm just gonna see my friend hurt and just, throw out a healing word.
Oh, delightful.
Bing! There you go.
At the sound of Calbon's bing, you regain 5 hit points, Delta.
Nice. Yay.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna wild shape into a the giant wolf spider and maintain holding on.
Excellent. And because you're not a moon druid, right?
No, not a moon druid, but giant wolf spider is CR 1/4.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, very good for a non-moon druid transform. But I was just asking, it takes your action, so.
Yes,
Cool.
I know. And healing spirit healing word takes a bonus action, so.
Absolutely true. Excellent. All right, Lemmec's turn. Lemmec goes, a Galanodel, and I bet you'll like this one. and Lemmec reaches into the bag and pulls out another gift and throws it at you. This one's going at you, you, Kate, and it is. As he pulls it out of the bag, it's weird. It's like wrapped up in paper, but the paper kind of tears away as he throws it, and he throws a mastiff at you. And this mastiff from Mark gets chucked toward you and bites you.
Do I need to make a strength save?
Yeah, it's a 20 as a dog slams in the front of you.
Oh my god!
And you get pulled off. You're not raging or anything, right?
No.
Oh shit! You get bitten by this dog, which gets you for 4 piercing damage and rips you off the back of your awakened flying elk, and you begin to plummet. Oh shit! Jeez.
Well, GG guys, was fun.
You got any moves, Twitch, or otherwise?
I got a cut hammer. No, Tom the Hawk.
You got a cut hammer and Tom the Hawk.
I got Tom the Hawk. Can Tom the Hawk
Can
fly?
Tom the Hawk carry you?
It's got some serious implications for DnDTime items. He can.
Oh shit.
I will let you roll me an attack roll with Tom the Hawk, and this will represent like you throwing Tom the Hawk, like going through the motion, but then holding onto it, like, please, Tom the Hawk, save me. All right, you succeed, which Tom the Hawk just like yanked out of the sky and he transforms into a hawk. You're gonna take half damage on this fall.
How far is the fall?
It's a 60-foot fall to the treetops.
Oh.
You
It's not a thing we're gonna be able to catch.
Unfortunately, all right. 17 bludgeoning damage halved from Tom the Hawk and his struggle to help you. And you slam into the heavy snow of the treetops. Unlike the armor, you're not heavy enough that you just go straight
8.
through it. It'd be 8, yeah.
Okay.
You don't go straight through it, but instead you hit it like, oh, and begin to slowly sink into it. Oh man, he wrecked you with that one. Also, a dog flops on the ground next to you.
How much damage does it take?
It is unconscious, I think.
Rest in peace, dog.
Yeah, it's unconscious. All right, that's Lemmec's turn.
Fucking
Rudolph and
Lemmec.
Adavahr.
Alright.
You just saw Kate get ripped off their amp flying elk and plummet 60 feet to the trees.
I just whispered to Rudolph, that sack's gotta go. I'm gonna direct him to go under the carriage, come up towards the passenger side, and I'd like to reach in and try to take the bag from him.
The sack is huge. It's a really large burlap sack.
So it's not something I could grab.
Not just like on an offhand grab from a reindeer. If you like leapt onto the sled, you might be able to like flip the sack off, but like that would take some
all
effort.
or nothing. All or nothing. I'm gonna do
You're
it.
leaping onto the sled with the Lich?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You leap on.
Never said it was a good idea.
You leap on the sled with a clatter of like your armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, of your heavy metal chainmail, and you draw your sword, and the Lich just kind of looks back, kind of bewildered. He's got these little red sparks of light in his black empty skull, and they kind of like they flare a little bit, like what?
I'm gonna try to wrestle the back.
You're serious, aren't you? All right.
Victory goes to the bold.
That was your action to leap. Oh, so that was not your action. I'm gonna say that was your movement to leap on. What would you like to do with your action, Adavahr?
Okay. Would it be easier to grab the bag to try to push the Lich off?
That's up to you. What you think is going to be easier.
Okay.
Yeet
I'm gonna push
that lich.
I'm gonna push the lich off.
You're gonna just run over and try to grapple and throw him.
That's what I'd like to try.
So you're holding your sword, and then you just drop the sword, run over. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll me, I guess, an athletics check to grapple.
16.
Now he gets to roll either acrobatics or athletics, and he's just like, seriously? You're actually trying? Well, wait, what are you doing? Ow! And you grab him. And you're like, ugh, climbing up out of the pile of ice cream.
All right, there's one more thing I'd like to do before you roll that, if that's okay. I'd like to action surge and throw one of the presents behind after him.
Oh, you're gonna reach in? Can you roll me? Oh, actually, the next one in the list is, oh god.
Yeah,
right.
it's going after him, whatever it is.
Yeah, you reach in and you grab it, and it just keeps coming out. There seems to be a burlap sack of holding, but like it's outrageously large. It might have like a portable hole in it or something. You pull out. It starts like it's pretty heavy, and it's like rectangular, and it's all wrapped in paper. And you huck it out of the side, and a foosball table for Freddy.
I'm gonna yell Merry Christmas!
Goes careening after Lemmec. Right? And it just comes basically falling out of the sky at the lich. It can't fly, so it just falls. I was gonna roll an attack roll against him. He's currently prone in the snow. Which it will, I think, miss the attack. Yeah, it misses with the attack, but it's still gonna land on him. So Lemmec takes 21 points of falling damage. And then he's gonna take, he and the foosball table are gonna take another 25 points of damage. God damn it. Okay, I gotta keep track of the foosball table's health now. Thanks.
Sorry.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
All right.
Last thing, I'd just like to look around to see if I could find the bucks that we were sent for.
No, Lemmec
Unless I
probably
take
has
an
those
action.
on him.
Oh, okay.
That being said, without a driver now, the wagon starts to veer down.
I'm kind of done with
abruptly.
things for my turn, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Kate/Blitzen. Kate, what do you do? Blitzen looks down toward you.
I'd like to item interaction, set up the foosball table. I want
The
Blitzen.
foosball table is about 60 feet away from you, landing on Lemmec.
That's
Come on,
fine.
Oh, actually, it's
That's-
only 20 feet away from you. Sorry.
That's fine. I want to set up the foosball table, and I want to put Lemmec on it, and I want Blitzen to fall onto Lemmec, breaking the foosball table like a classic WWE tag team champion
Ooh.
that
Okay.
me and Blitzen truly are.
I want you to roll a
Athletics
What's like-
grapple
what's a
Lemmec.
panache check?
A
And I think
panache.
this is convincing Blitzen to be like, yeah, I'm in. Like that's what
Charisma?
your thing here is.
I would say charisma.
I think this is a charisma-based check. Just what kind of charisma-based check?
Obviously,
charisma-based athletics check.
charisma-based
Sure. Hey,
athletics check.
That sounds
All right.
like a
Athletics
wrestling move if
proficiency.
I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
D20 plus my proficiency.
Plus your charisma, if you have any.
But I want to bonus action rage, so I get advantage on this check. Is that cool?
Sure, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Just like,
2d20
throw him on the table. And it's like,
d1 plus 1. Oh my god.
And Blitzen looks at you like, oh, yeah. And Blitzen goes and gives him the reindeer knee of justice, I guess. Or I don't know what this is. And makes an attack against Lemmec. Oh my god, hitting him. And gets full damage on the fall. because he hit him. Oh boy. So, Blitzen is gonna take 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my.
What have you done?
Blitzen, bam, slams down and just collapses on the snow unconscious.
Oh god! But he
Blitzen was so in on it, but it's like
called sacrifice.
But did all that damage also go to Lemmec?
it all also went to Lemmec. Just how badly is Lemmec injured right now? Actually, I need to check. Guys, Lemmec's bloodied. Lemmec's now bloodied. Little bone shards are like sticking out. All right.
He's having a bad day now.
Now he's pissed. Are you kidding him? So that's Lemmec. The foosball table is currently still animated, by the way. It's still alive. And it's on the ground next to you, Kate.
But the foosball table also took the damage, right?
Oh, that's true. The foosball table did take the damage. The foosball table is actually still alive too.
And
But
Lemmec's
not
directly
by much.
on the foosball table.
Huh? Yes, Lemmec's on the foosball table, and your mangled body of your reindeer lies on the ground. All right, so that is going to be that turn. Comet and Delta, what would you two like to do?
Oh man.
You might need to pull up on the sled. Just saying.
Well,
I mean,
Calbon, I can tell you-
obviously, guys, we need another suplex from someone on the team.
Comet looks down, like, I'm not doing that.
You already see Adavahr getting ready to jump.
Oh, come on.
Right after he throws a box.
How the story players killed the Lich? Fall damage. Courageous fall damage.
Is the sleigh like still? It's still flying.
rocketing forward. Yeah, it's starting to like veer down like it's gonna
Listen,
crash.
Comet's being a big wuss right now. That doesn't mean you have to. You can totally jump off Comet. Come on.
Turn the sleigh into it.
What would you like to do, Delta?
I mean, I want to take the sleigh and I want to land it gracefully. That's what I want to do.
Right, yeah, Comet's like, I like that idea. And you ride up with Comet. Comet gracefully deposits you upon the sled. You see it has a steering wheel and some like pedals like a car.
Hopefully, I can drive it.
Yeah, do you have any land vehicle skill?
No.
Okay, I would like you in that case to roll me an intelligence ability check. Just roll, I guess, or Arcana would also work, because it's a magical contraption. As you're trying to steer the thing into a safe descent. Ah, yes. You grasp onto the wheel, Delta, and begin to slowly turn it around. You turn it back around, and you think you have total control over it. You don't know why the Lich was having so much problems, so many issues rather. And you're kind of
Look, I can
slowly
fly.
steering it down.
I can fly, guys!
Now,
Yeah.
you're only 40 feet above the ground now, as you're slowly bringing it down. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Delta?
How far am I away from Lemmec?
At least 40 feet up, but you could be right above him if you want.
Yeah, because I do want to destroy him on the next turn if I can.
Okay. Calbon, Zelleri
optimistic.
/ Prancer. Prancer is gonna go actually because Prancer's been prancing along the tops of the roof, the snow, and Prancer's gonna run over and kick Lemmec twice with his hooves.
Thank
Kick
you.
and kick, and Lemmec was prone, so both those have advantage, and they'll both hit him. Lemmec gets kicked in the face by. Oh, actually. Wait. None of them do anything to Lemmec.
They don't do
They're not-
anything to
Oh,
him. He's
no.
immune to it.
He's immune to it. They only do non-magical damage, unfortunately. But he
Well,
does
then
kick
the
Lemmec
hooves
twice,
move
and it's
forward.
embarrassing.
They're animated flying elk, though. Clearly, they're magic.
Awakened flying elk.
You kept saying
Switch,
animated.
roll
I
me
don't
a
know.
persuasion check.
Persuade.
Well, then that would mean that the hooves and that suplex did nothing
Kate-
earlier.
Kate persuades the god in the sky, whose voice she hears
Yeah,
occasionally.
unfortunately, I don't think those hooves do anything. You're right. He should have 5 less damage from the suplex. The fall damage still hits him fully though, because
But
falling
isn't that
damage is
non-magical
different.
bludgeoning?
It's fall damage. It's different. If a
Okay.
Tarask fell out of the sky, it would still fucking die. In my humble opinion.
Speaking of Tarasks falling out of the sky.
Calbon, it's your turn. You're hanging on the bottom of the sleigh, and Calbon, you can feel the kind of bits of the bottom of the sleigh starting to give way under your deterioration, under your rust, under your ruin, and you think that part of the damage that was dealt to the sled earlier maybe accelerated the process. And this is your 3rd turn, correct? Yeah.
Yes. So, how close is it to being destroyed now? I should know that.
Yeah. Looking at it, probably 2 more turns of this would do it, of contact. Or you could try and just athletics, just break it the rest of the way, if you wanted.
No, I don't want to do that. No,
Okay.
no. Also, we're in control of it right now, so Lemmec isn't. So destroying this is probably not a good idea. So I'm
Okay.
gonna not ruin anymore.
Sure. Not a problem.
And I'm not gonna ruin anymore. And I believe we're currently above Lemmec, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, you're 40 feet up.
Okay. All right. I'm 40 feet above Lemmec at the moment.
Yep, and you're the last one who goes before Lemmec's turn.
Okay. I just let go and fall onto Lemmec.
Christ, you roll me an attack roll. This is going to be how directly you hit him. You have advantage. Just the pile of bodies up by, like.
Yes.
I mean, why not? Also, I'm in a
Yes.
spider form right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the spider will take some of that damage for me.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead and roll the attack roll with the spider.
What is spider's?
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe it has a +2 to hit, but it might have a +4. This is a giant wolf spider.
Yes.
The giant wolf spider has a +3 to hit. I was wrong. That exactly hits Lemmec. All right. Now
You said advantage, so yeah, it would be 17.
Yeah, the 17 hits him. Now I don't think the giant wolf spider has magical damage, and you don't have anything that would make it magical.
But it's
yeah.
all damage.
But you will both take 16 points of falling damage.
Hold on. And
Uh-huh.
isn't that technically a bite that has poison on there?
He's immune to poison. He's made of bones.
Ah, darn it. All right.
It was a good idea, though. Yep, 16 points of bludgeoning damage. Ow! Stop it! All right. You slam into the ground with him. Are you still a giant spider?
I think that I had full health, so I don't know what the health of a giant spider.
The giant wolf spider has 11 health, so you would take 5 extra damage, and now
Yeah,
you're
I took 5 damage.
All right. It's Lemmec's turn. Lemmec stands up, pissed, and
Wait,
looks
can
at,
he while I'm on top of him?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
There's like 5 things on top of him. though.
It's okay, Lemmec. Just relax. And he just looks at you, Kate.
Dice roll.
What is like the last hurrah at Lemmec?
You know it's got to be the Galanodel dice roll.
The Galanodel dice roll. All right. Lemmec points at you, Kate, and casts Finger of Death. I'd like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
All right, you die. But the bright side of this is you're now a thrall under Lemmec's control.
Nice.
All right.
Do I get a zombie stat sheet?
No, you're you. You get your stats.
Oh, but there's a zombie page right here.
Yeah, sure. You can be a zombie.
Yeah.
Sure, Switch. I'll be kind. I will be kind to them. And he stands up and says, "All right, who's next?" He seems fucking pissed. Adavahr / Rudolph.
I'd like to grab a present.
Okay, it's an action to do so.
That is fine, and I'd like to throw it at him again.
Okay, you whip another present. It looks like it's one of the last like big animated presents in the bag, and as you throw it, it goes Caw! And tears open, and it's for Larissa, a lark. And this bird will fly down and attack Lemmec with its talons. Oh god! And unfortunately, not actually hurt him.
But does the lark do falling damage?
I don't think the lark does falling damage.
Oh.
I think the lark flies away. Sorry. You look at
All
it
right,
like, damn.
I'd like to use half my movement to get on Rudolph and fly up, because no,
Oh, jeez. Are you sure you want to do this? Rudolph says to you.
not at all.
Oh, the foosball table bludgeons Lemmec on his turn and does nothing.
But it's an animated foosball table.
Yeah, not magical damage. Okay, Rudolph goes, okay, flies 40 feet up into the air. It's been fun knowing you, friend.
You as well. You get along well. And it's an action to jump off and try to go hit him, right?
No, you can just move, just fall.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Roll me an attack roll. This is just to see if you, like, hit him. So you're gonna fall 80 feet.
This is not gonna end well because
Hold on.
reason.
Adavahr.
Yeah.
Bonus action, second wind.
I'm full health.
Oh. Fuck.
Roll me an attack roll. So just depend on if you hit him or not, like head on. You
18.
do hit him, so you strike him. No,
You take
there's no
6
slashing damage. No
Oh yeah, because it's not magical. Yep.
Well, you've already used your action is the key.
Oh yeah, good point.
But Lemmec is going to take the full brunt of the fall damage, and so it's you. Oh, 28 points.
Cool. I am at 1 hit point because Half-Orc.
Holy shit,
And then-
you're alive?
And then bonus action heal. Bonus action, second wind.
Bonus action
Oh,
second
damn.
wind.
Lemmec goes, oh, God! And it's pissed. And Rudolph, you hear Rudolph calling out, you got this, friend!
I don't think I do.
Yeah, Blitzen's dead. Kate, you're a zombie. Who else
Yeah.
is down here? Calbon is. Murder Calbon.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
man.
I'm sorry. Murder Adavahr.
Oh, fuck yeah. Take it, Adavahr. Wait, is Adavahr is prone, right?
Yeah, Adavahr's prone.
Oh, let me see if I can fish that crit out. Oh, damn, no.
7 bludgeoning damage as the zombie corpse of Kate bludgeons you.
Ow! So, I'm not a door.
My brains.
Lemmec says, sorry, none of those here. Delta, what would you like to do? You and Comet, your awakened flying elk is sitting in the sled with you. What would you like to do?
Am I able to use like the wand of smiles to like make Lemmec happy?
You can force him to smile. There's no saying that'll make him happy, but you can force him to smile if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So in my next turn, I can like just destroy him that way.
Okay, all right.
Give him a little Christmas spirit.
How does the wand of smiles work?
It
throw.
was basically 3 charges. You can use an action to expend one of its charges and target a humanoid you can see within 30 feet of you. Must succeed on a DC 10 Charisma saving throw or be forced to smile for 1 minute.
All right, Lemmec. Frown. This is the worst solstice ever. But you know what? At least none of these toys are gonna get to anyone. I've still won. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Delta? You're currently at the helm of the sleigh.
I'm just. Is it an action to like? Well, how long is it gonna take for me to land?
Oh, you're descend another 20 feet. You're not 20 feet above the ground. You'll land next turn if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to land next turn. I'm gonna do that.
Calbon, it's your move. Your friend Adavahr lies prone upon the ground, grievously injured.
How far is Adavahr from me?
Pretty much adjacent to you.
Okay, so I don't want to hit Adavahr with this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can do that. You turn to Lemmec and blast the thunder wave.
Oh, no, not just Lemmec, though.
Uh-huh.
I'm hitting the zombie.
Oh, you're hitting Kate,
well.
too?
No!
I love it. I'm gonna roll that con save. Lemmec.
No!
Lemmec rolled a 27. He'll take half damage from the thunder.
Do I have the standard 22 health for zombie, or?
You can either choose to have that or to roll switch.
I'll roll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Ooh-hoo.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
But you
I'm
get down
down-
10 feet away, my friends.
Yeah, and I'm down to
True.
19.
Which actually is a lot for a shambling fucking zombie.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Calbon?
Yeah, move away.
You start to run away. Okay.
Yes, I want to hop on Prancer if possible.
Prancer ran away.
Oh no!
Pranced off
He
into
said
the-
he would get. He lied.
Yeah. This is fucking crazy.
Take me with you.
As you yell that, Lemmec turns toward you and says, not so fast, you son of a bitch. And he's going to point the hand at you, Calbon, and says, you like ruining, huh? And
Wait,
he's
is
going
it
to
because
cast-
it's his turn?
It is his turn, yeah.
Okay.
And he casts Disintegrate at you.
Oh no!
I'd like
I'm
you to-
disintegrated.
Not necessarily. I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw. If you succeed, the Disintegrate does nothing. But
What's the DC?
at the DC 20, he's a lich.
Yep.
Oh no! I'm disintegrated.
What are your last words? Do you spite him one last time?
Yes. I hope you rot in whatever hole you crawled out of, and I.
Gah! And you hit by this ray of green light and poof, turn into little spores in the icy wind.
Oh
It's
no!
brutal, man. Holy shit. Rudolph/Adavahr.
Alright,
what
so-
would you like to do? You are upon the ground.
So, the zombie got pushed away from me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And okay, and Rudolph has how much movement? 40?
Rudolph's way up in the air.
Ah, shit. This is not gonna go well.
You stumble to your feet, sword drawn.
Which the sword does nothing. You know what? Last
What's
ditch
your
effort.
passive perception?
That's a good question. 13.
Roll me a perception check. I'm gonna do it that way.
Okay. 13.
All right. Yeah. All right. So you're just kind of standing there. You see Kate's mangled carcass like hovering before you. Some dust blows at you that was once your friend Calbon.
Oh, that's sad. Do I see any weapons on the ground that might work on this thing?
That's what I
Yes,
wanted you to
the-
roll that perception
Oh, the
check
hawk.
for.
Okay. I remembered it. It's just can't find it. Okay.
Yep. I
Well,
was thinking like, what are the odds? And I'm just Kate hit the ground really hard.
Can Adavahr roll 2 checks to see if he notices the cut hammer, which is much larger?
I don't. Let me rephrase. So, Adavahr, I think you see like Kate has another weapon on their shoulder. It's just like strapped to their back.
Okay. They're
I mean,
prone. Is there any chance I can get to it? Because I know I can't hurt this lich.
They're not prone. They're just knocked backward, I think.
Oh. Okay.
Right?
I think
I might be
they're
mistaken.
prone. Hold on.
Does Thunderwave knock prone?
Let me see.
It might just push back.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It makes sense that it would knock you prone because it's throwing you backwards. But it does not, unfortunately.
Do you want me to roll a dex save on this slippery, icy ice cream?
Now you're hoping too much.
Switch anything for you.
All right. Dex.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of roll is that? Alright. It's gonna be an accident here. Fuck it. I'm gonna go up. No, I got nothing, man. Last ditch effort. I'm throwing this zombie at.
Try and throw. Wait, what's the plan here? You're gonna
There isn't one.
grapple the zombie to use it as like a shield? Is that your move?
You know what? Yeah, let's do that. That's better.
Go ahead and roll, I guess, an athletics check to grapple the zombie Kate.
That's a 10.
Zombie Kate, please. If you
Absolutely. Oh my god.
Zombie Kate, you are grappled and are currently being held before Adavahr.
Oh no.
Zombie Kate, it's your turn.
I'm being grappled. I'm gonna try to grapple back so that he can't throw me.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll another pair of contested.
Fuck!
Now this can be acrobatics or athletics, Adavahr, you're choosing. Yeah, you are not grappled, but you are the grappler, not the grapplee.
No, I am dominant.
Delta, what would you like to do up the sled? You just watch your friend Calbon get destroyed. Your friend Adavahr looks like they're trying to hide behind a zombie of one of your other
You can
friends.
run away. You could absolutely just fly away right now and let whatever happens happen.
Yeah, do you want to try and fly away with the sled?
Or you could powerbomb this guy.
Did I land?
Power bomb.
Huh?
Power
Did I land?
bomb.
If you want, you can land. Yeah, do you want to just land it?
Don't land. Don't land. Fly away.
Just your move.
Power bomb. Come on.
I'm gonna use,
Do it.
if I can, I'm gonna use Thunder Wave.
So just fly by. Beautiful. Go ahead and Thunderwave. So you're flying by the sled and just out through the side, just bam.
This would push them down if it hits.
Let me roll that con save for Lemmec.
Oh.
He succeeded, but he's gonna take half damage. Lemmec's really beat up. Still does half damage.
Probably lost.
Would you like to land the sled, or are you gonna book?
I'm gonna book it.
Okay, you just like, and you see your awakened animated. Your awakened flying elk comet has hooked themselves up to some like old what look like harnesses and stuff, and is now pulling the sled. It is now traveling at a speed of 40 feet per round. As Comet's like, I'm getting us out of here, which I guess that's Comet's voice now. Prancer is also flying up toward the sled and trying to book. Lemmec. Oh, it's Lemmec. Oh. Lemmec turns toward you, Adavahr.
I have your zombie.
Really?
I mean, kinda.
You really think that's gonna help?
No, but enjoy. And I dice roll him.
He looks at you, oh, this is gonna feel good. And he raises his hand up to the sky, and you see what looks like a tiny little speck of red light appear amongst the stars. And it begins to get larger, and you see a few more little specks appear as you see meteors begin to fly down from the sky. But then one other red light appears in the sky. Don't worry, I got you. And Rudolph attempts to slam into Lemmec with his ready action.
Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Rudolph.
What's the fall damage? Let's do it.
Lemmec is destroyed.
Yes.
Into pieces of bone, and Rudolph lies in a mangled heap on the ground. Ah, my arms!
Rudolph, you're a hero. You saved Christmas.
And the little meteors up in the skies fade out. Zombie Kate, you collapse. A no longer animated corpse.
Oh.
Oh my god, how did this happen?
Before Kate goes, Kate holds on to Adavahr's face. No brains. Oh.
I dice roll one last time.
And in a one elk open sleigh, Delta flies the sled full of toys back to Chris Sprinkle and saves Solstice.
Yes!
And Adavahr, I'd like you to roll me. And I'm sorry, do you attempt to stabilize Rudolph?
I do. He's a hero.
Let me see if Rudolph even survived that fall. Oh boy, it's possible. I'll roll his health publicly for you guys. Rudolph is actually still alive.
Now I'm gonna try to help him, but I'm not the best.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Real quick, just quickly, I'd like to try to search. I don't know if they have any, but I'd like to try to search the body for potions. And by that I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Kate has potions.
Kate has potions, yeah.
Does Kate have potions?
Kate has potions.
Calvin has
But-
potions.
If I'm not mistaken, Kate
you
is
go.
dead.
That's true, yeah, you loot Kate's body for a potion.
No, I
Yep.
got you, buddy. I got you.
Did I do it?
You did it. Why am I talking like you?
I don't think I'm going to be able to walk again for a while.
Neither will I, buddy. Neither will I. But you saved Christmas.
And as you all, as you embrace Rudolph, the now red-bodied reindeer smeared with blood,
Red-bodied
impaled
elk.
with lich bones. I'm sorry, awakened flying elk. Solstice has been saved throughout the lands of DnDTime. The presents are delivered by Chris Sprinkle to all the good girls and boys in the Big Rock Candy Mountains.
Woo!
And the holiday is saved. And Adavahr, amidst all the broken corpses of the broken bones of Lemmec the Lich, you find a heap of Bartholomew bucks. The last outlying one. In time, you all recoup or are restored in Bartholomew's shop, healed by Bartholomew. Adavahr, you probably spend a couple of weeks up in the north before Bartholomew realizes where you are and that you're still alive. It's weird, he won't come back when I resurrect him. You gotta be dead, right?
It's alright, buddy. Don't come for us.
Rudolph's like, I'm going to freeze.
Can you fly yet?
We're going to have to eat Blitz then.
He is the big one.
And that horrible atrocity we're going to spare for the epilogue. Congratulations! You've somehow destroyed Lemmec and completed this ludicrous adventure.
How did we destroy Lemmec? I don't know. I have no idea.
You had a Galanodel, that's how.
1,000 d6.
Bless. All right. Chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You guys are awesome. And players, thank you all for humoring me in this ludicrous night of whatever we want to call this.
Thanks for the grim.
Yeah, would any of you like to shop real quick in Bartholomew's shop?
Yeah, so a few
Go
things.
Uh-huh.
Adavahr doesn't seem to have his Bartholomew bucks from last session.
That's weird. I'll have to figure out why that isn't doing that then. It should be, but it's not.
And also I would like to.
I know why.
I would like to rearrange my potions so that I don't have, 1 potion of healing, 2 greater healing, 2 superior healing, potion of greater healing,
Yeah.
8 potions of healing.
Yeah,
Can-
we'll figure
can I
that
make
out
it-
later.
Yeah,
Let's worry
and
about
then
let's worry about what like the shopping so I can go to
I
bed.
also don't seem to have my Bartholomew bucks from last session.
That shouldn't be correct. There wasn't anything wrong with your thing. I don't know why.
From Legend? From our Legend battle? Did we not get Bartholomew bucks from the Legend thing?
No, you don't get Bartholomew bucks. Do you? I don't think we do.
We did a 2 Legend thing? We didn't. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because
Sure.
we can talk about that. I don't think we gave Bartholomew bucks, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure if we changed that or not.
I just remember fighting the tree. That I don't know.
I don't think you get Bartholomew bucks for Legend Tier Adventures, but you do get I don't remember. We'll talk to Pete about it and figure that out.
I think you changed that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what we changed. My brain is too tired right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then that's it.
I'd like to buy an armor upgrade.
Oh gosh, I know what I did wrong here. Okay, that's the problem. All right, you're gonna get upgraded armor.
Yes,
That
sir.
sounds like a very good spend of 100 Bartholomew bucks to just have higher AC.
Agreed.
Is there anything else I could get for you, Adavahr?
Do not know the shop that well yet. So
All
next
good.
time.
How much are base potions?
Potion of healing. It's 100 Bartholomew bucks for 4 of them.
Okay, that's
Adavahr.
done too. That's done too.
Are you buying those as well, Adavahr?
Yes, with the money we just got.
Absolutely. Potions of healing. Yeah, potions are really good in DnDTime, especially since they're only bonus actions to use on yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. I'm glad. Oh, I'm sorry. Bartholomew first is super stoked that y'all got the Bartholomew bucks back, and he's also super stoked to take the Bartholomew bucks from you. But as you order the potions, he says, yes, Adavahr, well done in that previous adventure. That's been a spectacular finale. But with your potions, what would you like the flavors to be?
Flavors. What do you have, Bartholomew?
Well, we have pretty straightforward flavors like lime or cherry. Cherry's a very popular one. We also have more abstract flavors. For example, I know Sileus appreciates the purple flavor, and coffee is another popular one.
What's the most?
I prefer the most abstract one, which is taxes. But you know,
Give me 4 of those.
you want four taxes? I wouldn't drink those all at once. Most people have a hard time handling just taxes once. Forget about 4 times.
Well, if someone gets them off my body, I want them to not taste good.
That's a very I respect that move. And Bartholomew get you 4 taxes flavored healing potions.
Awesome.
Excellent. And then Switch, Hypnotic, V-Bunny, would any of you like to purchase anything?
I wish I had money.
I want to
mean,
save up
no.
for the bag, so.
Saving.
I got you. Excellent. Well, in that case, thank you all of you guys for being here tonight. Love you all. Don't forget, Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, different than our usual time, I'm going to be running a very special DnDTime brews. You're going to want to be there because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very different from what we usually do. It should be excellent. And then next Wednesday and Thursday on twitch.tv/MattyMorgs at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, there are going to be a series of 2 one-shot adventures featuring myself, Pete, Cold Spark, who played with us earlier, and our friend Farku, who didn't play with us this week, but played with us the previous week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maddie's running. I'm really excited to play. It should be a lot of fun. So again, that's twitch.tv/MattyMorgs next Wednesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then next Friday is the final anything D&D time for 2019. Pete's going to be running a one-shot adventure, all holiday themed. Should be a little bit more, what do you call it, cohesive than maybe the thing I ran tonight. It should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see it. I won't unfortunately be there, but I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, Pete always doesn't. So I realized I was on the shop screen that whole time, but that's okay. And I think I'm still in the lobby with everyone else. So thank you guys for being quiet, respectful. I did the quick outro.